Western civilization and the concepts it engenders remain very relevant today. Faced with the nihilists, the relativists, the multiculturalists, the deconstructionists, and globalists, as well as the often heard screed, dead white men, it's important to remember the positive aspects of Western civilization and ponder what our nation would be like without them, subject to the different values and social norms practiced in the East. As Michael Peters reminds us, America's founding principles, life, liberty, equality, freedom, pursuit of happiness, progress, democracy, a nation of laws, not men, and a desire to form a more perfect union came from the Greeks and the Romans and the Church and the Bible. As Robert Royal states, it was the Greeks whose idea of liberty was to have a society of virtuous citizens fit to rule and to be ruled. The Greeks were the first to practice democracy, follow the then radical idea that a leader was subject to public validation, and ponder our place in the world. It was the Romans who spread both Greek and Christian ideas to the rest of the known world and gave us the rule of law, equality before the law, a representative government, and the concept of innocent until proven guilty. And it was Europe's dark ages that the church and the state were split into separate ruling realms, and Judeo-Christianity was secured as the religion of Western society. Building upon this foundation, Western civilization has given the world great insights into anthropology, archaeology, many scientific fields, provided thousands of inventions to assist mankind, and helped bring reasoned order to the world through the Magna Carta, the Reformation, the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and of course the Bible. However, it is the ideas and ideals of Western civilization that are so needed today. Rosenthal-Pooball lists those ideas and ideals as including freedom from external threats, a rational and reasoned government, the value of all human life, the right to rule and also be ruled, in other words, democracy, the need to live a virtuous life, fairness, justice, equality, liberty, and an ordered world centered around Jesus Christ. Lawrence Berkin adds to that list love of wisdom and knowledge, an inquisitive mind, a search for universal principles, and the dignity of every human being. So, how is that relevant today? One has only to consider partial birth abortion and assisted suicide to realize that the Western principles of virtue, value of all human life, and living in accordance with biblical tenets are sorely needed. One has only to look at today's campus riots and suppression of speech to realize that we need to return to the Western principles of freedom of speech, respect for authority, and taking actions based upon reason and not emotion. One is only to look at the downturn in church attendance, the rise of secularism, the postmodernist assertion that one has a right to follow his or her own definition of value, and the removal of God from our schools, government proceedings, and the public square to understand the need for the Western civilization's fixed principles and reliance upon the will of God and salvation through Jesus Christ. For these reasons and many more, Western civilization is essential, not just relevant, to maintaining the American way and to making our nation once again the shining city on a hill.